Is what? Yeah, because that's fine. Really? I usually stop it before we do like the other stuff. That's good suggestion. Thanks though. Okay. Oh, Fulma, that's totally fine. I'm not gonna have it due until Friday, actually, like the official intro. So you can work on it today. Does that sound good? Okay, awesome. Let me grab.
I need to make sure my thesis statement actually works.
Sure.
There's like the statement. I have, although a mission to Mars would be a revolutionary event in both history and science, for the health deficits that occur to the astronauts work.
Okay.
There's like a lot of like things like with like space radiation, gravity fields.
Interesting. So is there a way to make it so it's not a question anymore? So you're taking a stance. Is it? Do you think it is or is it not?
Oh, could I say like despite the health deficits that could occur to the astronauts, a trip to Mars is still worth the possible risk?
Yes.
Oh, I can say that?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So make it a statement. Love it.
I'm back.
Okay.
Do I need to mention both like my argument and counter argument and my thesis statement?
You do not have to.
Okay, could you like read this over for me?
Mm-hmm. Starting back up manned space missions. They could send astronauts and separate from our own. I love that context. Besides our own in the source. Mars would not only be a suspicious come true for some. Despite the health problems that occur, versus worth mission. Okay, so I right now see yellow and green, but not the pink, which is the.
I'm so confused.
Okay, so
I looked at it and I was like, oh, cool. What do I do?
I love
I
it.
looked at it, I was like, oh.
Okay, let me exit out of here. So You have all of the context surrounding it. So
Okay, I have
right
the
now,
context and I have like,
I think all of this is context. So I'm just gonna highlight it yellow. Because it's telling me about what the history of like space missions are, what is kind of the current state of them and what's going on with that. So that's perfect. I love that. Then I need some of this, which is why is taking a trip to Mars controversial? And that's where you get
so I
into
can say like,
some believe that a trip to Mars would not be worth it because of the
health risks that can occur,
for
the
astronauts.
isolation.
Correct. While others believe blah blah blah, and then you take a stance, which is the green. Then you say, considering all of this, a space exploration to Mars is worth the perceived risk because
So my thesis is great.
correct. Thesis is green, and then this is the like what is the argument in this? Do you see how that kind of balances?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I think just adding, kind of filling this out a little bit because you have it there. It's just making it more defined of like, here's what some people like, why some people are arguing this, why some people are arguing the other side, and then here's the stance I'm going to take in the paper. Cool.
Okay.
Okay, so try to work through that, and then I'm happy to like read it again once you have it set.
Okay. I might be back up here in a bit then.
Love it. All for it.
I guess I'll do the same thing.
Love it. Come on, Daniel.
I kind of wrote this in about 10 minutes.
Cool. With internet time, many new things have been invented and used. With the invention of the internet and web browsing, many more things were created and older models became more obsolete. With this technology, some older methods of schooling have become obsolete, but it is better or worse than the older methods. My theory is that yes, it is very beneficial for technology to be introduced into schooling and learning. Many argue that it is a large distraction in a school setting, which can be true from the perspective, but in large picture technology, nice. Over 75% of students use technology to study and research. Schools have been and will continue to keep pushing to allow more technology in school, making more and more of the older learning with whiteboards and paper obsolete, replaced by smart screens or projectors. Okay, so what I'm getting is that you are arguing for the integration of technology in classrooms. Love it. I think this is a really pertinent topic, especially
I don't know a
nowadays.
lot about the yellow. I don't think I have enough. In red,
Okay.
I have about like one line, but I
Yeah.
don't really know how to integrate more of that into it.
Okay,
I do think I have a good green.
I agree. I think you do as well. And I would say it's right here that because this is kind of getting out of the old uses of paper, what I think you could even do is like technology improves student learning, whereas older methods don't do it as well. Do you see it? Like it's more effective to teach using technology.
And my topic is the introduction of technology beneficial to students.
Good. And
My
what,
main argument was the distraction. I did look it up, and
Yeah.
around 50% of students do say it's distracting, but
Yeah.
that's why I think it's in a larger whole more
sure. beneficial,
because if you look around the room, there's a lot more technology than you see paper.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I agree. And I think having, in what ways are you looking for it to be beneficial to students? Like academic success or
I did put in
socially?
there that over 75% of students use technology for study in research projects, for
Okay.
tests and stuff like that. I do have a source that says grades have gone up because of the introduction of technology.
Awesome.
And I was going to use that as a quote for my next, which we're doing today.
We are. Yep. So I think that's great. And I think that you could maybe word that in your thesis a little bit of having like, in allowing more technology into school is beneficial to student academic success. Do you see how like you have a specific area that it's beneficial to? And then my other thing is in here, so I think that this is really strong. In here, I think you're so close. With your context, start talking about schools because I think it gets really vague. It's really vague up here until you hit talking about right here, technology introduced into schooling. So is there a way to maybe start with saying technology?
Well, I wanted to start with like technology, like older methods became more obsolete. That's why I
Okay.
started with there. But I can word that better.
Sure.
With
So
more schooling involved.
yeah, I would do that, and maybe
It kind of just starts with like, oh, might just be about technology, but I'll have
exactly.
to put like schooling somewhere in the first
I think
to
that
get
would
the attention of it.
exactly. I think that would be helpful, and then maybe talk about like what technology and what is becoming obsolete. So like the older, what are those older methods? So just being more specific in that.
The curriculum is, 80 years old.
It's, yep, there you go. Absolutely. Okie dokie. Can you do you have to like go right now?
Yeah, but I can wait for like, if you need me to, I.
Okay. Can you wait like 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Would that be okay? Okay, sweet. Alrighty, team. I want to go over super fast kind of next steps. So you have your very rough draft of your introduction kind of down, which I love. That your introduction is going to be due after class on Friday. So you'll have class time Friday to kind of continue work on it. Yeah, Penny. No, like you can always edit it. It's just so that I can have a moment to read it and kind of give you some feedback on it. So if you have a good introduction that you are confident in, next steps are going to body paragraphs. Woohoo! So what we're going to talk about today is kind of what a body paragraph, the elements that'll look on it, that it looks like. And honestly, we're going to really sit in topic sentences today. Because if you're writing and not knowing where you're going in your writing, I think it's a lot harder. So having a clear direction, and we're going to map or outline our paper using topic sentences. So today, what I would love for you guys to do is kind of start having a really fleshed out outline and having your topic sentences written for your different paragraphs. You can always change them, but it's nice to kind of have specific ways to go. Okay, elements of a body paragraph. You have your topic sentence, your evidence, or integrating your evidence to the context behind it, your actual evidence, which can be quote or paraphrase, reasoning, and then your concluding sentence. So each of the paragraphs that you have should at least have one piece of evidence, if not more. Every single claim that you make in your paper, every single statistic, every single piece of proof has to be cited and have a source to it, so you have evidence to it. Cool? Okay. We're gonna sit in topic sentences, and what a topic sentence entails is the topic of your paragraph and the central point you're going to make in the paragraph. It's also a way to transition between ideas. So using transition words like however, in contrast, it creates flow to your paper so that you help set up a line of reasoning with your audience of here's how my argument's logically progressing. Cool beans? Okay. I have put up 5 different topic sentences, and we're gonna go through the first 2 together to pick out the topic. So this topic of the paragraph and then the central point that they're making. And then I'll have you go ahead and try a couple of them with a partner around you. So for example, a topic sentence could be fortune hunters encounter many difficulties when exploring a shipwreck. The topic of this paragraph is going to be fortune hunters exploring shipwrecks. So that's kind of what we're discussing. But the point of it, what I'm arguing is that there's many difficulties that happen when they do that. Cool? Okay, dogs make wonderful pets because they help you to live longer. This is a topic sentence. The topic is what? Yep, you got it. Dogs making wonderful pets. What are they arguing here? Perfect. You got it, Isaiah. They help you live longer. So that's the 2 elements that every topic sentence needs to have. Go ahead and turn to a partner and try the third one. We read this introduction the other day, and this is one of their topic sentences for what they had down. And then Isaiah, you can. Yeah. All right, JT, what's the topic of this third one?
Just about court cases and like how successful it can be.
Close. You definitely have the court cases. What about the court cases? Not their success, but what in them? Yep, use the word before too. Yep, you got it. Okay, so the topic is the insanity defense in court cases, specifically People versus Robin. The central point is what, Danielo? Yes, so the specific case is still the topic, actually. What are they arguing that has happened with the insanity defense in it? That is successfully used. Yep. So their point is that it's successful, but their topic is it's successful in these areas. This one was a little bit trickier. All right, you want to try a couple more? Last two. These are also a little bit trickier. You have to kind of see, it's not like the first half is the first and the second half is the second half. So first one, however, a major obstacle to this face-to-face engagement for high school students is the consistently growing influence of social media. Turn to someone around you. What's the topic? What's the central point? All right, who wants to try it? What's our topic of this paragraph? Penny, and then okay, it is so close. You're right there. I like that you had this growing influence of social media in the topic, but the major obstacle is the growing influence of social media, right? So that's their point, is that the major obstacle to face-to-face engagement is social media, and their topic is that face-to-face engagement for high school students, and then it adds with social media. So it was right there. You totally were on the right track. All right, you guys want to try the second one? A good way to find the difference between the central point and the topic is like just the subject of it, whereas the central point is the argument. So what in here is maybe a verb that they're trying to argue, or a specific like charged words like major obstacle. That's more of a charged phrase. Okay, it's opinionated within it. So what in here is like the opinionated stance of it. All right, try the second one. I'm going to give you a minute to do it. Ready, go. All right, who wants to try it? Andrew.
So the topic is fast fashion filling the earth with plastic waste,
Mm-hmm.
and then the central point is how fast.
Good. Yeah. So topic is that effective fast fashion, and the central point is that it influences the environment. So the fact that it's not good on the environment. Sweet. Are you seeing some of these topic sentences and how you need like your sub points to flush it out, right? So we kind of talked about subcategories or sub points, and that's what you would hit with your topic sentences. Last thing is this mapping of your line of reasoning. This is what I'd love to see you guys start doing today, and kind of getting into it a lot more. We're going to do evidence and reasoning on Friday so that we can start actually typing up our body paragraphs. So mapping with your line of reasoning is kind of, or with your topic sentences for line of reasoning is kind of like making an outline for your paper. So in your outline, you could set it up however you want, but each paragraph having your topic sentence already written will help you kind of keep on track with that. Here's a couple examples. So I have two examples. One is about the meat industry, and then the other one is about music education. So this one's a little bit more straightforward, but the first sentence is, research has shown that the meat industry has severe environmental impacts. Our topic is the meat industry, and the central point is the severe environmental impacts that it has, that it's negative. Second, however, many plant-based foods are also produced in environmentally damaged ways. So our topic is still on the influence of food, but now on plant-based foods. And the central point is still the environmental impact that it has. I wanted to show this because the understanding of the audience in here is really great. If you are talking with people who are meat eaters maybe, and they aren't aware of this or something, trying to get everyone on the same page is a good way. So the order that you put your paragraphs matters. If we started with plant-based foods, it wouldn't make as much sense because technically plant-based foods are alternative to the meat industry. So showing the effect of the meat industry and then saying the alternatives to meat industry also have this effect on the environment. And then lastly, it goes to this third, and it's important to consider not only what type of diet we eat, but where our foods come from and how it is produced. That's their kind of last argument of, because both of these alternatives are having the same impact that the meat industry would, here's what we can do instead. So you do see how it like logically goes through what the reader is probably thinking. So I eat meat, I love meat, but it kind of gets you on the same page with what their thought process is. Cool? Okay. This other one I want to look at is a little bit more fleshed out and has also a clear progression. So their thesis is longer. It's multiple sentences, which you can do, but it is helpful to have just one clear sentence that still takes your stance. So their thesis, while it may seem that music is dispensable, such as an extracurricular activity, it has been proven, however, that music classes actually influence students in more comprehensive ways than their other classes do. Music education influences students' mental health, academic performance, social life, communication, and gives them a sense of purpose. Music classes and courses, therefore, should be the last to go when finances are running low in schools. In fact, music classes in schools should be the top priority in the school curriculum to receive primary investment. So that's what they're arguing. And then their paragraphs go, so why are music programs and classes the first to go when schools are having trouble finding their programs? Music programs are more expensive than other academic programs. So there's talking about finances first and the fact that they're more expensive. Then it goes on, one of the major benefits seen in music education is better academic performance from students who take music classes. This to me is a paper written maybe to like a school board, because school boards are very invested in finance first, right? Like, do we even have the funding to do this? And because of that, they kind of hit with the argument of finance first, and then they go on to the student's academic success within it also. And then round it out with mental health. So one of the greatest influences that music education has on students is on their mental health. And then their concluding sentence was, or concluding topic sentence. Because music influences students' mental health, academic performance, community, communication, and sense of purpose in more comprehensive ways than other classes do, music classes and courses really should be the last to go when schools are making financial decisions on dropping programs. So you see how it kind of progresses through a couple different sub ideas through it. And the order that they do it does make a difference. So they focus first on the finance and then they focused on the student, both academically and mentally. So you can, categorizing it and also formatting it in a way that makes sense to you, but also to your argument is important. Do you guys have any questions about topic sentences? Yeah, Penny. Correct. They can. Yeah, absolutely. They can also be multiple sentences like this one right here. That was number 2. Go away. So why are music programs, and then music programs are more expensive than other academic programs? Technically, both of those are their topic sentences, but they used a rhetorical question to grab attention and then they made their points. So you could do stuff like that also. Yeah.
So basically, these are just all the points that we're going to talk about in the slide paragraph, just without like all of those.
Correct. Yep. So it's just starting the discussion of your paragraph so that you know what order you want to make it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is every paragraph started with anywhere else?
So every idea starts with a topic sentence. Sometimes your paragraphs might be divided, like a topic sentence will have multiple paragraphs to them, and that's fine, especially if you have different aspects of a topic that you're discussing within it. But the big thing is that every new idea that you're having has to have a topic sentence. Cool. It makes it easier. It makes it so that it kind of helps the reader recognize when you're switching ideas. Yeah. They're kind of like sub-theses, almost like smaller parts of your thesis too. So, okay, what I would love for you guys to do is continue editing your intro, start with your topic sentences, and then if you have time to also then go into fleshing out your evidence and finding quotes for it, and that can bring that on Friday, that would be amazing. Sound good? All right, all you guys. Oh yeah, and I do have this PowerPoint up on campus so that you can look at it while you're going. Okay, come on, computer. Yeah.
Because I know we were talking about putting my thesis before doing like the red part.
Yeah, you can.
But it's really short, so I didn't know if I should like make it longer because it's
Sure.
short.
Okay.
But I don't know like how should I do like statistics? Should I? Because I don't want it to be too like fluffy and like confusing.
Yeah.
So like I feel like this is like really straight to the point, but like I could add more things.
Sure.
But the things I want to add, I'm gonna write about later in the paper. So
Right.
Like between like I don't know.
Yeah. To the daily routine of waking up early, going to school for 8 hours, and coming home for every day. On top of that, students have Just go to express jobs and hobbies and other daily resource statements. And they also must take time to take care of their mental health and physical health. Causing anxiety, depression, and unhealthy habits in younger generations. Other benefits of homework include developing good work ethic and defense. The younger generation is suffering due to the busy work sent home with them that not only affects their future. I think that's really straightforward and totally fine.
Is it
So,
strong
yeah, I think
Okay.
so. Younger generation decreases the home with them that not
enough? Yeah,
affects their
that
future.
sentence I'm like trying to figure out. It sounds kind of like weird. Busy work sent home, and that it negatively affects their future. Should I like give examples about their future? Or just leave it?
I'm wondering if somewhere in here we then go into like students are struggling to find the balance between everything or the balance between finding themselves and like getting their work done or something like that, you
Yeah.
know? And then I honestly think that maybe we pull that up.
Okay. So talking about like the balance between homework and like
Yeah.
social life and all that kind of
Like
stuff.
students, yeah, they're struggling finding the balance between everything and then
And then pull this in front
Yeah.
of the thesis.
and then say although the benefits of homework include suffering due to the busy work, and I think you can just do period and then do homework has a negative impact. Do you see how that like isn't as repetitive then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, yep. Yeah, because it already says
In the
younger
younger generation.
generation. So
Yeah.
it's like obviously
Yeah.
they're gonna grow up and have a future. Okay, so talking about their balance, pull this in front of you. And then we were gonna say here the balance goes here, and then I'll busy work homework has a negative effect. Okay,
Yeah, and you could even, if you want, I don't know, maybe read again, but say like as a result, homework has a negative effect on, like transition it. But
for my home, for my
although the benefits of original and good are good, the younger generation, or like
as a result.
maybe it might be. You
So
might
just
not
keep
need it. Yeah, you might not need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
Okay.
that's a strong introduction.
Okay, I'll add in like the balance because like has it got an effect with like family, social life. I'm not going to talk about mental health because I already mentioned it twice. I think.
Yeah,
Oh wait, no, I deleted that part. But like right here, that's my thesis.
yeah,
Like sports and stuff. But I already
great. Yeah.
I'll just do balance. Okay, you're good.
Sweet. Nice job.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.